Hey everybody, I want to show you a team building strategy with Forsage that's getting incredible results. You see here 154 ETH. That's about 62 grand, actually more since ETH went up. This is in the first 2 weeks. Your results may not be as sensational, but if you use this team building strategy, you're going to get sensational results. It is absolutely incredible, but let me explain how it works because it is, I'm not going to say complicated, but comprehensive if you really want to maximize it. We call it team building because the team works together. If you're not getting support in Forsage in the team that you're in, reach out to me. If you're in my primary program, My Daily Choice, do not reach out to me about this unless I personally referred you to My Daily Choice. I won't work with you if you're in My Daily Choice. It's against their terms for me to do so. And I'm not interested in that. I will not work with you if you're in My Daily Choice if I did not personally refer you into My Daily Choice. So here's how this team building strategy works. First of all, it is not a perfect 2x2. A perfect 2x2 is when you're at the top and then you put in two people and then you help them put in two people and so on. And it's like a perfect 2x2 matrix. That's not what we're doing here. It's really important to understand that. Jason Cardamone coined this as the icicle light strategy. It's a perfect analogy. If you look at this image, you see lines are going straight down. So we're building depth. So just to get the conception behind this, you're building in depth, but you see these little lights are hanging off to the side. That represents growth that's branching out. It's so depth is the emphasis. You see that happening, and then branching is taking place. Step one to this powerful strategy, you do want to start two legs. You do want to start two legs, but let's look a little more closely. If someone started a leg for you already, so you're in our team and you got the team building strategy going, a lot of you are going to see people fall underneath you already. Your first sign up needs to contribute to that icicle light leg. So again, if somebody already started a leg for you, have one or more people that have been placed below you before you've signed anybody up, your first sign up, which you absolutely want to contribute, you have to contribute to that leg. It's self-serving not to. Whenever you're self-serving in this compensation structure, you are not rewarded nearly as much as if you contribute. So contribute your first sign up to a leg. If a leg was already started for you, then your second sign up would go here. So you place somebody in the first leg that was already started for you, your second sign up starts your second leg. If nobody is in your team yet, so you're signing up and nobody's been placed underneath you yet, you're going to sign two people up on your front level. So it's the same outcome. In both instances, it's you at the top and you've got two legs, right? Step one is start two legs. Step two, drive down 12 or more levels deep. So you're going to be responsible and work with your team to drive those legs down 12 or more levels deep. Step three, help others rank up. So this is really important. You've got two legs driving down. You're looking at getting them down 12 or plus or more levels deep. And now you want to help people in that leg rank up, meaning you might even help them build a second leg, like by placing people of your own in their second leg to help them start ranking up. Because as they rank up, that's helping the person above them rank up, and that comes up to you. You want to see that ranking up, and you want to have one person or more in both of your legs who have gotten two legs started. So that might mean you place people there to get two legs started for them and to help them rank up. Step four, now you start your third leg. So this is important. You start your third leg when you are 12 levels deep in two legs with one or more people in both those legs who have two legs of their own growing. It's really, really important. And now you just duplicate the same thing. Step five, duplicate the same thing in your third leg. You start a third leg, you drive it down 12 levels deep, and you look for one or more people to help start their second leg who's going to carry the baton. This is so important to start that third leg, but to first start momentum. So you're going to go down 12 levels, and you're going to help one or more people rank up, and don't move on to the fourth leg until it's reached the early signs of momentum in the same way. So what's early momentum? Early momentum is 12 levels deep in the leg, at least one person in that leg with two legs of their own. And that person with the two legs of their own is seeing growth in both legs, a minimum of one enrollment a week in both of their legs. And I would emphasize that's a minimum. This is momentum. This is when you can move on to the next leg. Doesn't mean you completely stop supporting that leg, but it's when you can move on to starting the next leg. Let's recap with a Q&A. When do I start my second leg? Well, you start your second leg right away. You start 2 legs right away. Just remember, if you've already had a leg started by others, your first sign up should go in that leg to contribute to it. Then your second sign up would go on your front level, so you have 2 legs. If no one's been placed underneath you yet, you're starting with 2 legs. You sign up 2 people on your front level. When do I start my third leg? You start your third leg once you're in momentum on your first 2 legs, which is what? When's a leg considered in momentum? You're 12 or more deep in the leg. You've got 1 or more people in that leg with 2 growing legs of their own, which you might have even helped place people in there to make happen. And then we define 2 growing legs as at least 1 person signing up a week in both their legs. That's when you can move on to the next leg. When do I help someone that's under me build a second leg and even go 2 by 2 with my own placements? When do you start placing people? So you can do that at different phases. Let's say you place somebody in your group somewhere, and you know that they could really rock and roll. You know they could be a great producer. That might be somebody you want to motivate. So you might start helping them build their second leg, but you want to have a conversation first and say, hey, look, if I help you do this and you're earning ETH from my placements, will you take that ETH to advance to position 12? And also, if I show you that this is powerful, will you step in? You've got influence and stuff. Will you step in and make it happen? If they say yes, if you like the response, that's someone you might start helping build a second leg with your own placements. Here's another scenario. Maybe you're stacking people, right? Like we talked about in your second leg, down 12 levels deep, and nobody's really doing anything or not much. You might just take that person on the 12th level and say, hey, if I help you build your second leg, will you use that to advance to position 12? And will you do your best to contribute? And if you like the vibe, that's someone you might start placing in their second leg, because that's going to help them rank up, and that's going to roll up to you. So those are 2 examples of where you might help someone start building their second leg with your own placements. It's something you definitely need to do somewhere in that leg. When do I start my 4th leg? You start your 4th leg once you have, momentum in 3 legs. So momentum is what? 12 or more levels deep, and 1 or more people in all 3 legs in this case, who have 2 legs of their own that are growing. So not too complicated. We're building in depth, but we're also helping people with our placements build a second leg and to gain momentum. And once you have that momentum as described, you can start new legs. If you're a producer and able to bring in a lot of people, like quite a few a week regularly, you can jump. Once you got 2 legs in momentum, you could jump to 4 legs pretty quickly. But if you're not able to bring in quite a few people a week or several people a week, once you have 2 legs in momentum, as we described, go ahead and just start on your 3rd leg, get that into momentum, then start your 4th, and so on. So this is why we call it the icicle light strategy. It's building in depth down a line, but these little lights that are dangling off to the side are pointing outward, showing that people are starting their second and even their 3rd and 4th legs. That's why they're lit up. It's showing that symbolism of that growth. It's not just depth. Depth kicks it off. You start 2 legs, drive it down 12 levels deep. While you're doing that, anywhere in that process, you could start working with somebody to build their second leg. And once it's in momentum, you start your 3rd leg. And just to show you how powerful this is, look at this, October 31st, 3.2 ETH was deposited, because this momentum starts with this. It just works incredibly well. That's $1,200. Not long, after that, November 6th was the date on this one, October 31st, November 6th, 5,000 deposited, 12.8 ETH. This is just like 2 weeks in. Here's another one on November 7th, the next day, 6.4 ETH. Guys, this strategy works extraordinarily well, and you see in just a couple of weeks, 154 ETH over 62 grand. And a lot of people are accomplishing these kinds of results who are employing this strategy. I highly recommend it. It's super simple, but you might need to watch it again to understand, the nuances of it. Drive in depth, start with 2 legs, help it go 12 levels deep, identify 1 or more people in each leg that you can actually place placements in their second leg, have that conversation with them that I talked about earlier so they're committing back, and then help them get momentum. Now move on to your 3rd leg. Super powerful, and if you employ it, you're going to do extraordinarily well. If you'd like to reach out to me to talk about this, feel free to do so. Would love to work with you, unless if you're in my daily choice and I didn't personally enroll you, don't reach out to me. I can't work with you. But other than that, I would be happy to help you launch this thing. We'll see you soon.